It's Mat Chat time. Some of you heard this in the last class. That's okay. It's always good to hear a message multiple times, okay, so it starts to really sink in. This week I want to talk about motivation. I was inspired by the giant word on the wall that says motivation. Okay, so there's two types of motivation. There's intrinsic and extrinsic. Okay, and extrinsic motivation is motivation that comes from outside. Okay, it's a reward like a belt promotion, money, your parents give you praise that makes you feel good, you get an A in a class, it's something that you get that motivates you to do something. Or you want to avoid a punishment, okay, that's also an extrinsic motivator. So maybe I don't want to have to do push-ups, or I don't want to get yelled at by my parents, I don't want to fail, okay, those are all motivators that make you want to do something so that you either get or don't get something, right? And those types of motivations are good for short term, okay? You can be short term motivated through something that's really boring, something that's really challenging. Maybe you have a big test you've got to study for and you don't want to fail. So that gives you enough motivation to study for that test so that you can pass that class. That's a short term extrinsic motivation. But those types of motivations, they don't generally last very long, okay? Or they stop being motivating. So maybe your parents reward you with ice cream every time you go to martial arts. You go to class, you can have an ice cream afterwards. And for a couple of weeks that works, but eventually the ice cream is no longer motivating. It doesn't work anymore, okay? So those work, but not for a long period of time. Intrinsic motivation is motivation that comes from inside of you, okay? And that is when you find something enjoyable, satisfying, you want to do it, you enjoy doing it, you have some sort of reason that exists within you to do something. So maybe you just really enjoy working out. So you go to the gym, you come to class because you enjoy the exercise, or you want to learn how to protect yourself or your family, okay? Or you want to gain enough knowledge that you can teach people. Those are all things inside of you. It doesn't matter what other people do, but that you find really motivating, okay? And those types of motivations are a lot longer lasting. They're going to push you much further than those extrinsic motivators, okay? But motivation is like a wave. It comes and goes, and it changes. So whatever motivated you to start martial arts might not be the same thing that's motivating you today. Martial arts is a long journey, okay? There's not really an end point. A lot of people think that getting your black belt is the end point, but really getting your black belt is the beginning. That's when you start to understand, you start to apply, you start to see what you've learned in a different way, okay? Black belt is not the end. I promise you it's not the end. That's why people have 5, 6, 7, 10 dans, because they do this their whole life. And so it's important that you identify what's motivating you. So for me, when I started martial arts, it's because I was trying to learn forms to help my daughter so that she could get better and she could progress faster. And then once I really got into it, I was motivated by promotions. I wanted to get better, I wanted to be better. I wanted to promote quickly, and so I had a little bit of extrinsic motivation going on. But now that I'm at a place now, I want to be able to protect my family. That's really important to me. And I want to learn what I can so that I can teach you guys. That's really important to me. As much knowledge and skill that I can acquire to pass on to you, that's really motivating for me. I still have extrinsic motivators. I want to do good at tournaments because I want to prove to you guys that we are a good school and that we can stand up against other schools. But at the root of it is that desire to pass along knowledge to you so that you can be strong, confident people that go through life knowing yourself and knowing how to get through life. So I want to ask you what motivates you, because I think it's important that everybody identifies what motivates them. It might be different tomorrow, it might be different in a month, but I want to know today what motivates you. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to ask you, and we'll go one at a time.